great. So today I'm going to talk more about factors influencing customer cycle and what are thinking of making introduction to customer psychology for all of you that weren't in my previous lecture. So, customer psychology is the study of how people actually make decisions about what they need to buy or what they want or how they react to different products or services. The objective of customer psychology to understand the psychological that influence purchasing. We make research to understand what kind of purchases do customers need. Why is consumer psychology important? It is important because it helps businesses and marketers develop better products and services that are actually going to be taken or go going to be loved from the audience, guides marketing strategies to effectively target insight into improving customer satisfaction and loyalty. As I said also in the previous lecture, I told that in the consumer psychology, it is related to psychology and to research, but we have a team of marketing, of PR, psychologists, organizational psychologists, and analysts for data and research and everything's included to a wider field with. So let's come to the key factors that mostly influence consumer psychology. We have cultural factors, social factors, personal factors, and psychological factors. Cultural factors, as in all of the other things that surrounds us and the environment, one of the factors that influence the way how we saw culture because it plays the shared values, beliefs, and behaviors of a group can actually influence customers' perceptions and preferences. And this is also one thing that we measure during our research in customer psychology should be cultural differences or cultural factors. Ethnic, religious, and geographic differences create subcultures that impact consumer habits. So we need to keep in mind. There are different groups are creating, or in this brand that a brand that has all of the ethnics. Also, is to cultural factors, economics determining buying patterns and brand loyalty. Another fact is the social factor with the reference groups and so our family, our friends, peers, social circles, or workplace peers, because of course that they have like an influence or an impact into our purchasing decisions. If we see someone buying a thing and we have like a positive feedback from them, then we have higher probability to also purchase that thing. Family, which is an influence into the purchasing decisions in society. For example, the profession or the age group often dictates their consumption preferences. Uh, we can also have like personal factors that can influence the consumer psychology, such as the age, occupation, lifestyle, and personality and self-concept about difference. All of these character factors on the things that we actually need to purchase as a customer. Our personal interests, values, activities, or what is our occupation. So also because we spend a lot of time working, so job type often dictates spending patterns on clothing, gadgets, and services. We are all things that. Lastly, our psychology. In the first, we can talk about motivation. Actually, based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which are the basic psychological and self fulfillment needs, customers are driven by a desire to satisfy certain needs, which are firstly the primary needs, so what we need for our job, for our life, and then the other things. Uh, Secondly, perception, content, quality, and brand image. It doesn't mean that if a group of people, of 10 people, perceive that this is a good product, also the other ones will perceive it as a good product. This is something personal and due to our own perception of things and our own needs. Past experiences also influence future purchasing behaviors, other though positive reinforcement or avoidance of negative outcomes. And lastly, attitudes towards brands affect their purchase. Um, what is actually the influence of marketing on consumer psychology? I would say that in the last years, the influence of marketing is the most influential. So, marketing is the most influential key factor in the customer psychology. Company or the marketing team choose customers that actually in buying this purchase and advertising. So you see an advertisement, if it creates some emotional connection with you, it and shapes perception and loyalty, then you have a higher percentage. Pricing strategies are also very, very important. Customers often perceive higher price products as more valuable or prestigious. But this is not true. So, depending on the target audience that you have, you are also going to determine the pricing strategy that you will have. Presentation, colors, designs, and aesthetics appeal to consumer emotions and decision making. Some social proof is also influencers significantly sway. All of these four things that we mentioned right now are too much related to everything that is happening in the past years. After COVID, marketing has had a very influential role into customer psychology and into creating and approaching better to customers by using this new marketing strategies. Also, there are some psychological is related, also some fears about this. Availability that can encourage quick purchasing decisions. We have fear of missing out, so promotions that evoke urgent urgency can drive impulsive buying, or celebrities can persuade customers to free trials or samples, create a sense of obligation to make a purchase. These are also some of the strategies that marketing team is using while making the research. So they are using all of these strategies before to see what is something that helps the customer trust you more as a company or helps in the whole process. Then we have some trends and ethical concerns. It helps customer individual choosing like a wider audience, but they are choosing also some personalized and individual preferences. And as we said since the beginning, when you ask me what the scope or how can we choose, it isn't like um, research that you are making. And then you will determine if this is going to be something with a smaller group or with a larger group. Usually in the past years, they are choosing also these smaller groups to determine the individual preferences in order to come more closely to customers. And of course, the digital influence is now for everyone. Firms are changing the way customers see, or when we see someone else that bought it and has a positive feedback on it, especially a celebrity or an influencer, then we have a higher probability in trusting this company. So in summary, I would say that consumer psychology is influenced by a combination of all of the factors that are also influencing our everyday life. So these are cultural, social, personal, and use these insights that come from these strategies, enhance customer experience, of course, that under today's competitive market. And by this, I mean that what I said that customer psychology is not only about